looking at 2034, I'll be 100 years old.
Well,
Centurion.
That's the spirit.
We're going to see this thing paid off.
okay, I have 10 o'clock a.m. on my clock, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is a meeting of the Board of Trustees, Weatherford College. Today's Thursday, April 22nd. It is 10 a.m. We're in the Alene Strain Community Room of the Doss Student Center located at 225 College Park Drive, Weatherford, Parker County, Texas, to consider and act on the posted agenda. It's a short agenda today. We do have a quorum present, which is great, and we will move to the first item on the agenda, which is a call to the call to order, which I've just completed. I will lead us in the invocation. Please bow your head. God of all beings, clear our minds. Let us listen, let us hear, let us understand, and choose the best solutions for our work here today. Help this board understand its role, the purposes for our meeting today, which can make us effective even more as trustees for Weatherford College. We thank you for those who work in the many jobs that make it possible for Weatherford College to fulfill its purposes. We give our gratitude for the students and others who attend this school to better themselves, their families, and our society. Amen. Amen. Now, we'll move to the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand, and I'll lead us in that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Moving to number two on the agenda, Ms. Hutchison, is there anyone here in open forum? No, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Moving to number 3. This is consideration, possible action, approval of the revised lease agreement for the Weatherford College Wise County facility, and we'll ask Dr. Farmer to begin that discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, today is a very exciting day for the taxpayers of both Parker and Wise County. It's a great day for Weatherford College, and most importantly, it is a great day for the students of Wise County. I want to commend this entire board for their support of the refinancing efforts, especially Dr. Robert Barlett, the Wise County representative, for his efforts. I really want to applaud Judge J.D. Clark, the Wise County Commissioners, and really all of our stakeholders who have collaboratively worked through this process that will ultimately reallocate $12.4 million away from high-interest bondholders to the educational opportunities of Wise County students. This is truly an exceptional day where we're dropping the interest rate on the outstanding bond from 8% down to 2.3%, and it is a victory for all parties involved, and I really want to thank everyone for their supportive role in that important endeavor. Mr. Smith, as chairman at this time, I think we would entertain any more discussion or a motion.
I would like to make that motion that we accept this. If that's in order. I got ahead of it.
Dr. Marlette, that is in order, and thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Is there anything you want to say, sir? I apologize, you told me your name.
That's all right. Jeff Golbis.
That's right, Mr. Golbis.
I'll make a couple quick comments.
I would like that, and tell the board who you are, what you're here about, and we thank you for being here today, Mr. Golbis. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do y'all mind if I pull this down?
No, pull that down
Okay.
so we can hear you.
Or else I mumble. And, good morning, all. Jeff Golbis. I'm with McCall Parkerson Horton. We are a public finance law firm, and I've worked with Wise County for a number of years. In fact, worked on the bonds that got this process started 10 years ago. But this is a really exciting meeting. I was gonna make one correction to Dr. Farmer. It's actually 12.488 million. You rounded down to 12 million. The one pager before you is a simple savings comparison. As Dr. Farmer mentioned, we did refinance the 2011 bonds, which did the Wise County campus. For a number of reasons, mainly due to the economic conditions at that time. Those bonds had a real high interest rate. And we've been watching this for a couple years, actually, and it's just so happened that we're in a currently callable environment on these bonds, so we can refinance them again as tax exempt without having to do a higher interest rate taxable financing, which was considered a few years ago, but really the savings by waiting have been tremendous. And so on that one pager, if you look at the second column, well, that says prior debt service. That is matched to the lease payments that Weatherford College had been making and would be making. And if you skip over to the second to last column on savings, or I'm sorry, the refunding net cash flow, that shows the lease payments after this refinancing. Again, just like we did in 2011, those are tied to debt service. The column savings is showing your annual, your dollar to dollar in your pocket savings as a result of this. So really the only people that are going to be upset or mad about this are going to be those folks that hold the 2011 bonds, because that was real attractive for them. But this has just been a slam. It's been a lot of hard work, and for a little bit of brown nosing, Andrew Cantrell and Dr. Farmer, it's been a lot of conference calls with rating agencies multiple times, underwriters who marketed these bonds, and you all did a stellar job, including with Judge Clark and the folks on the county side. It was a team effort, and I know it's taken up a lot of y'all's time, but I'm glad, and I'm sure you are, that we can put this to rest. And those are my comments. I'm happy to ask any questions. It should be emphasized that really none of the underlying transaction has been changed, and that was always, I think, the goal from the get-go. And so really the only change is simply reducing your lease payments.
Yeah.
We're not extending debt, we're not kicking the can down the road, we didn't issue more bonds than what was outstanding. So in our world, if we get savings at about 6%, which is recommended by GFOA, that's a good transaction. This got 40%. I've never seen it that high. And I'm not just saying that. It was, we got the numbers and just kind of went, wow.
Mr.
So,
Govers, does this document accurately reflect, do you practice in court?
Not these days.
Okay,
no,
well,
sir.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask that you mark your copy, and we're going to put these with our minutes.
Sure.
Okay,
Certainly.
can you do that?
Absolutely.
Do these numbers accurately reflect all of the savings and all of the?
Absolutely, and in fact, when we incorporate the changes to the lease, which we tie to debt service,
Okay.
it's that column that you see under refunding cash
Okay.
flow. So yes, it is, I mean, these are locked in savings.
Okay.
They can't change because these bonds have already been released to investment.
All right, well, good. Can you just sign your name and put a little Exhibit 1, and we'll put
Sure.
that with our minutes, because that would be good.
Yes,
Anything
sir.
else, Mr. Gobus?
Way to go, Mike. That's
No,
good.
sir.
Well, listen, we appreciate you coming up, and thank you for your help. And any questions or comments for this man?
I just wanted to, I wasn't here when this bond arrangement was made originally, but it was my understanding this was kind of a unique arrangement that was created at the time. Can you give us just a little bit of background about how it occurred originally, and then why it has come to such a profitable situation for us at this point in time?
Sure, no, I'd be happy to. So this started actually back in '06, when the desire was to get a campus in Wise County. And there were a number of years of conversations whether the college would do it or the county, and what both groups ended up on was asking the county voters to vote their branch campus maintenance tax, that up to 5-cent tax, for the support of a junior college district. And so the voters approved that in 2008. Now it came time to put the transaction together, which took another few years for design, make sure that both the college and the county had their agreed upon items that they were looking for. Well, by the time we got ready to sell the bonds, this was 2010. We were coming out of the financial crisis.
Correct.
And what really made it challenging is you'll recall that during the financial crisis, all the rating agencies were being dragged before congressional committees because they'd rated those collateral mortgage-backed securities AAA.
Right.
And they were very gun-shy, and they said that was an unpleasant experience, and we're not touching anything that isn't a middle-of-the-fairway transaction like Weatherford ISD AAA PSF guaranteed bonds. So this hits their desk, and they said, if this were 2 years ago, no problem. It's not that we can't rate it, it's that we don't want to. So we had to go out with those bonds, and all three rating agencies told us at the same time, and that was across the nation. Hospital districts, for example, couldn't get ratings. So we had to offer these bonds without a rating. So it was a story to tell to the investors. Interest rates were high. You come out with an unrated transaction, and certainly, we paid for it. Now, when we got the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act out of the Trump administration, they took away governmental entities to advance refund bonds, which we've been looking at doing on this just to get the savings. But once that bill took effect, it was going to eat into the savings of this transaction. So we kind of watched it and watched it and watched it, and as interest rates kept coming down and staying down, we're going to close within a 90-day period when we can take these bonds away from the bondholders without penalty. So we get to do that now. We get to keep the tax treatment the same and get this incredible interest rate. So a lot of it was hard work, but I won't lie, some of it is certainly luck on the timing.
Timing of it, yeah.
Anything else from anyone? Thank you, Mr. Flannery, for the question. Thank you, sir, for your explanations and for being here. All right, we'll move to agenda item number 4. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the shortest board meeting.
Yeah.